When will the world economy collapse? First of all, the picture you are seeing is meant to be a joke. I don't want any Grecophiles sending me emails. It's a joke. Okay. The Greeks won't send me an email because the Greeks are okay with making fun of themselves. This is one reason why they've survived. Because when you can't make fun of the situation you are in, when you can't have a good laugh about it, it becomes difficult to go beyond it, to survive it. Now, when will the world economy collapse? The when doesn't matter as much. I mean, whether it is July or whether it is September doesn't really make a difference. Whether it is 2015 or 2016 or 2017, it really doesn't make a difference. It doesn't matter, I mean. What matters is to not let it take you down with it. To keep your cool, stay in your center, and understand that Earth is a game and that this game is now transitioning into reality. We are coming out of this game that we have been playing for so long on Earth, and we are going into what is real. Up to now, the game was about what is not real. And one of these things that are not real is our economy. That's not wrong. Our economy is not wrong at all. It's simply not real. It has no foundation. And now that we are going into reality, now that we are slowly coming out of the dream, our economy also has to change. And this is the only reason why there will be an economic collapse. Because many people think there will be an economic collapse because it's wrong, because we have too much power in the hands of too few. No, these are not the reasons. We've always had that. It's simply that we need to, like everything in our lives, we also have to change our economy. But because our economy is pretty much the biggest part of our life, and because we are so used to the comfort zone, or because we like the comfort zone, and what's happening with the economy right now is forcing us to come out of our comfort zone, we are screaming about the economy a lot louder than what we scream about other things that are also changing. Our lives, our families, our children, our education, everything is collapsing. But it's the economy that makes us scream the loudest, because it does affect everything. You see, when you have money, it's easy to hold on to the lies that you are living. You simply go shopping. And that way you don't need to face the truth. But when there is no money to go shopping or to go out and have a good time, you have more time to sit at home and, as they say, face the music, which is face the truth. So if you would like to not be taken down with the economy, find more of you. Focus more on you. Ask questions like, why am I here? What am I learning? And that way you become more centered, and it will be easier for you to survive the economic collapse. Something technical. Many people think they have to have food in the house for weeks. When clients have asked this question, their higher self said 3 or 4 days is enough, meaning having food for 3 or 4 days in the house is enough. It's not that food is going to disappear. But you see, when a system collapses, especially a system that is based on computers and technology, the supermarkets will need a few days to change the prices or to write the prices on there by, like they used to do it in the olden days. And that's why we might have 2 or 3 days of food shortages. Now, the first thing, of course, you need to do when the economy collapses, if you haven't already done this, is turn off your television, because it will be showing you all the bad things about it. Bad meaning the shortages, the riots. And then that's going to pull you in. That energy is going to suck you in. So do not watch the news during this time, so that you can stay in your center. Again, the economy is not going to collapse because it's not good. It's simply not real enough. And because we are going into a reality where things will start being real, and this is why it's going to collapse. Let's see. When will the world economy collapse? What else could we say about this? Again, I would say stop focusing on the when, so that you can make the transition smoother. Let's talk about Greece for a moment, since we have their image in front of us, and then hopefully something will come after that. Greece is not going through what it's going through because some Greeks are not paying their taxes or because they borrowed too much money. The Greeks are the only people in the rich world that can bring down the system. And this is why this is happening. There is a bigger hand working here. There's a bigger energy working through Greece. The reason the Greeks can bring down the system is because the Greeks never obey. They never listen. They don't listen to logic. Greeks and logic don't go together. So they are perfect for bringing down a logical system. Because where we are going now, we are going beyond logic. Where we are going now, we cannot become slaves to the system. We cannot live for the computer systems. This needs to be brought down. But you see, for many countries, this works. So the people of these countries cannot bring down the system. But the Greeks are perfect for this. And this is why this is happening in Greece. Greece will never come out of debt, and they're never going to manage to pay back their loans. They will get poorer, and then they will be forced to look in and take back their power from the government. Greeks, as the saying goes, it might sound like a cliche, but I like the saying. Greeks have a date with destiny. They will look in, and they will be the first rich country to take back their power from the government. And then every other country will fall like a domino. Every other government, not the countries, every other government will fall like dominoes. This is why this is happening in Greece. Now, it's taking a bit longer than expected because, like most people, Greeks love their comfort. They are creatures of comfort. And they got used to their comfort because they've had it for 2 generations now. And this is why they're holding on. Because you see, in order to take back your power from the government, you need to reach a level where you have nothing to lose. If you have something to lose, you won't risk it. So they're going to go further down the rabbit hole until they have nothing to lose, and then watch the miracle happen. I'm not saying these things because I'm Greek. Actually, I'm not really Greek. My body was born in Greece. I'm not saying it for that reason. I don't like Greece and I don't like the Greeks. But I have seen the future. And Greece's future is glorious. So it doesn't help us to blame the bankers for Greece, to blame the people that stole money. This has always been going on. It's nothing new. And Greece's economy was still growing at 5 or 6% a year. And billions were still leaving the country. Just look at the bigger picture. And then you will feel okay with what is going on in Greece and the rest of the world. Our economic system is not perfect. And it cannot go on like this forever. But if we were not going into the next dimension, if we were not going into another reality, we would not have attracted these economic problems. They are part of the transition. And as we have said before, transitions are very rarely smooth. You need to see the bigger picture in order for a transition to be smooth. But the problem is, if you see the bigger picture totally, you sit back and do nothing. In order to actually do something, in order to change something, you need to not see the bigger picture. Or you need to not be aware of the entire picture. Okay, enough about Greece. Let's see now. What else can we say about the economic collapse? The only thing I can say for certainty is it won't last long, because we will very quickly start asking different questions, and we will very quickly bring in the new energies, the new way of being. Again, there's nothing wrong with our way of being, because there's too many channels that keep talking that we are wrong, we are sinners, we are greedy, we are this and we are that. Yes, but this is the game we were playing. This is the game our souls came to play. So judging it is not going to help. We're simply going to stop playing this game. I can't think of anything else now about the world economy. I cannot tell you how to survive it, because you know what? If you do survive it, meaning if you can manage to go through it without any problems, what will you have learned? A few years down the line, everybody would be talking about what problems they had, and they will be laughing about these problems. And you will have no stories if you simply glided through or sailed through. So it's okay to have some problems. Just take slow, deep breaths and stay in your center. Stay in your center means don't let outside circumstances get you all emotional and angry or sad or bitter. Turn off the TV and stay home or go out for a walk, but keep taking deep breaths and say, this too will pass. And let me see what this has to teach me. And then when you do leave Earth and go back home, you will look back and say, I was there. That's what you want. I might turn off now because I'm getting emotional.